Hello, Watson. Alright. Let's go.
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
No. But we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Why indeed?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Me too.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's
Of course.
will do quite nicely.
Oh, hey there, Toby.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Really? Alright, so harpoon throwing experiment. Watson at the Whitechapel butchers prepared all except the harpoon. So I need to grab a harpoon, basically. Is that what you're trying to do? I need to go with Woodman's Lee, grab a harpoon, then go to Whitechapel butcher and impale a pig to test. I mean, I don't really know what he's trying to test because we all know that you need a lot of upper body strength to be able to impale. Oh yeah, there's also these footsteps in it. Can I not test the boots? Let's just grab one.
That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
Don't go anywhere. Hi, Osalanson. How you doing? Wait, did you even say hi or did you say H? We've got the harpoon. The pig's at the butcher. Now we just need to test the theory. Alright, Watson, you ready? The sensitivity, why is it so crazy? The screen is just like shaking and
Here we
crazy.
are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise. Yet.
I remember this
You should
being
aim
hard.
for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test.
Okay, so hold your breath. Oh god.
The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it straight.
Hey, what have I missed? Sapphire, hey. Welcome. Literally, I've just literally started. I grabbed this harpoon from Black Peter's cabin and then I came to the butcher. And now we're trying to do a test. Whoa.
Holmes, you should-
I don't know why I'm failing that.
The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it straight through.
How's your Sunday going?
Holmes, you should try to...
Oh, come on, that was perfect aim. Why is the white thing getting bigger and bigger? There we go. Yeah, it's been busy.
This is the best possible result that I could get.
But I'm having a barbecue
You see,
soon.
Watson,
How about you?
throwing a harpoon
Nice
and pinning
Sunday
it down to a
barbecue.
wall requires either exceptional strength and
hasn't been busy.
diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses.
I have been just doing nothing all day.
Very well, but please.
Well, I went shopping.
Of course.
Repair the harpoon throwing experiment completed. We have some new evidence available. So strength requirement. Okay, so experiments proved that a similar result with a harpoon can only be achieved with extraordinary strength and or hard training. That goes with Peter Carey's body being impaled to the wall with a harpoon through the chest like a butterfly, leading us to believe one of two conclusions. Oh, this is what I remember now. Either it requires a much greater strength than of the average man to be able to pierce a man's chest with a harpoon all the way through the wall. A degree of skill would most likely be necessary. Two men in cooperation might achieve the same result. Or it was just lucky. There is a remote possibility that an unskilled, untrained man could manage to pin Peter Carey to the wall with a harpoon. What do you reckon? Someone strong, skilled, or someone just got lucky? I think strength. Yeah, I think strength as well. Feat of strength. We're forming our deductions, and eventually they'll connect to like basically a full picture of what happened. The sensitivity is so crazy for some reason. Like I'm turning the screen and it's just like turning like crazy. What do we need to do next? John Nelligan seems to not be a usual thief. What is his role in all that? Alright, I need to question the wife because I think she's lying about Peter doing all the gardening. Black Peter's wife, Black Peter's wife, where art thou, Black Peter's wife? She's still sat here. You've been sat here for 38 days. Was Peter a smoker?
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Peter's private papers.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Except it's not,
Thank you,
because we saw that it was missing, didn't we?
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
Oh, don't act like you're not secretly happy that he's dead. Kidding. It's a tragedy. Tragic. Yeah, because this is where it would have gone. In that little corner. I don't think we need to be in here anymore. Learn all that we can. Just gonna walk around here for a sec. I know there probably isn't anything over here. But Scotland Yard. Do you think the wife's somehow involved? Like she's maybe covering for the murder? I think so. She's definitely hiding something. Because she said there's no gardener. That doesn't sound feasible. She might be hiding something. Look at this garden, it's massive. There's no way one man could have done all the gardening himself.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
That is what I do. That is what I do. I have his boots. They appear to be size 8. Find a use. What if the gardener is the murderer and she's pretending there wasn't one so that they don't, because they're suspect? Yeah, there's a good chance of that. Wait, you've been sat here this whole time? This woman was sat here last time I was here. Alright, the guy that was in that chair is gone.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Alright, I'm gonna just get into here real quick.
These are the suspect's belongings. These abbreviations. These
These abbreviations, I think there's probably something back at Baker Street that's gonna tell me what they mean.
What am I doing here?
So I need to go back to Baker Street. This game is hard. No, I'm joking. This game is a bit easy. I'm joking. I don't know. Is this game hard?
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
This is where I keep my post.
Right, so the ring's engraving, right, was from someone named R. Dawson to a friend and partner in 1883. So Dawson and Nelligan are bankrupt. Oh. Dawson and Nelligan investment fund bankrupt, Nelligan missing. This must be John Nelligan's dad. He went missing. The investment fund, a regional bank institution based in Cornwall, has declared bankruptcy as a result of heavy losses in its loan portfolio and has accordingly been assigned for liquidation. Right, guys, so what liquidation is basically when a company's assets are sold. Basically destroying the company, basically salvaging as much value out of it as possible. I'm an accountant, in case you were wondering. It was the 23rd largest bank in Britain, and its bankruptcy was the second largest on record. The liquidation of the company is a pure catastrophe for many Cornwall families. Joshua Nelligan, one of the bankers, has since mysteriously disappeared. He was last seen aboard his yacht preparing for departure to Norway. Nelligan is wanted both by the police and his creditors. Oh, okay, so Nelligan, John Nelligan's dad is Joshua Nelligan. He disappeared with company and all the funds, and basically he owed people money. And that is very interesting.
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
It is time to ask him indeed. So John's dad went bankrupt and owed people money. Then he mysteriously disappeared on a yacht. Now his son is near Black Peter's dead body for some reason. The dead man must have some sort of connection to Nelligan then. Yeah, something happened out there on the waters.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
No
I
shit.
am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was
Sorry.
convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress.
Well, we still don't know.
Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
Examine the ship's logs. And where am I going to get those, huh?
These are the these are.
Where am I going to get the ship's logs? Black Peter, ship's logs for entry might put some light on connection between. They're probably in Black Peter's shed, right? Probably. Alright, so we're gonna quickly run to his shed. His logs are probably somewhere on here.
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn.
So you got Peter Carey, you got Charles Allison, you got Herring Joy, you got James Lancaster, you got Patrick Keynes, you got Pablo Coventry, you got Ned Land, you got Jesse Walker, you got John York, you got Richard Lang, Simon Weeks, the Sailor, Isaac Page, Will Wright, and all these people.
Log notes for June. Nothing unusual.
Well, I'll take your word for it then, Sherlock.
Log notes for July. Nothing special.
Well, just do my job for me, Sherlock. I mean, there's no need to read it, I guess.
Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away.
Why have they been torn away?
Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR. A torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
I wonder who might tell us who was involved. Find the crew of the Sea Unicorn. Now then, how are we going to find that then, eh? Where's that wallet that was on here? Because that said CPR on it, didn't it?
Rum. A sailor.
That is the sensitivity throwing me off. Right. Where's that wallet? Where is that wallet? Oh, it said PC. Never mind. I feel bad for the wife that they haven't moved the body yet. Right? She's just... Ah, yeah, she's just sat there. While his body's just here.
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
You know. Stop pretending. Something in my library might tell me.
Something
Oh,
new, Watson.
cutscene.
I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes.
Lol.
Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
There is a watch under the window. I'm going to call them. Oh, Wiggins. Before we do that, let's just have a quick peek at the telescope. Oh my god. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Let's just call Wiggins.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Hey!
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
I don't want to be there shortly. But I guess I have to.
Mr. Holmes?
Policeman.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes, he refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Oh, yes, we will.
Ah, yes.
We'll
one
make
more
him
thing.
talk.
The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
It is not, I'm afraid. Scotland's Yard is always 10 paces behind Sherlock Holmes. Wait, this man's back. The chef. What's on the menu today? Alright, we need to go into the evidence room. Bradley's
These are the
belongings.
suspect's belongings.
Ah, let's take them boots.
Liam
Them.
Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5.
His boots look nice. Let's take those. Sherlock Holmes just comes and just takes people's belongings. Like,
The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. A
pen.
Nothing unusual about it.
Are you sure nothing's unusual about it?
These are the suspect's belongings.
Compare with certificate.
I wonder if these are connected.
CPR, there we go.
Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
Interesting. I deduce that Wait, Peter Carey as non-smoker. What's that got to do with anything? The missing papers are in the missing tin box. That tells us that valuable bond certificates were kept inside the stolen tin box. The stolen valuable papers and also John Nelligan retrieving the notebook tells us that John Nelligan could have been caught stealing the bond certificates. This might have been a motive for him to murder Peter Carey. Now we have a motive for Nelligan. But Nelligan doesn't have the strength to throw a harpoon, so there might be a second accomplice. Alright. What's the next best thing to do? Interrogate new suspect at Scotland Yard, Liam Hartley. Why am I leaving? I need to interrogate Liam Hartley. Oh, he's in here. Oh, John Nelligan's in there. Liam Hartley's in here. And that's the interrogation room, eh?
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
And how do you know that?
Precisely. And considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hartley.
So
That I
we've
can tell
said.
you, but you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
We'll see about that. I'm gonna deduce. I can see that I am in the middle of deducing. Wait, why is he a suspect again? Because Lestrade said so. And we all know what Lestrade's like. He probably isn't really a good suspect. You think you're not going to tell me much? I can see that there's an old scar on your neck. I can see that you have gardener's hands. I can see that you have plant remains on your trousers. And I can see that there's a handkerchief with crested tit in your pocket. You're the gardener!
That's all for now.
The poor man probably isn't even connected. Oh, he might be the gardener. Yeah, Sapphire. This is the gardener. Alright, John Nelligan.
Please escort this suspect for
Your turn.
interrogation.
It is your turn. Right then, John. I'm only going to ask you this once. If you don't give me the answer that I need, you're going to... No, I'm not. I shouldn't say that. That's bad. I was going to say how you're going to join your father, but... Having an affair with the wife possibility... Oh, you know what, Sapphire? That might be an angle.
Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
Liar! I know all about the bond certificate.
I assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belong to my family, but I could not find them there.
That's all for now. Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Thanks for that. So we know that Nelligan, approximately 19 years old, he was raising wealth, but after this desertion from his father 10 years ago, he and his family fell into poverty. He worked to earn money by cleaning fish. Despite undertaking such manual work for a considerable time, Nelligan remains physically weak. So yes, the boy was essentially just a thief then. Yeah. So we need to go back to Woodman's Lee, right, and question Peter's wife, because she lied about the gardener. And you're right, Safia, possibly she was having an affair with the gardener, and that's why he doesn't want us to know anything about him. Mr. Carey, Mrs. Carey, I have questions for you. Liam Hartley.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Liar.
Thank you, madam.
Who could do?
No, you're lying.
Who could do such a thing?
She's lying. Out of her teeth. Why would you lie? Alright, there's probably nothing here for us. Let's see if Wiggins has found a sailor that we can ask a few questions. Come on, Wiggins, come through.
A
Watson?
new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case is more interesting than I first imagined.
So it is, Watson. So it is. Do you reckon Wiggins would send me a letter?
This is where I keep my post.
Or would he come and
My archive. I can always consult with.
Watson's room? You can just head into Watson's room. This is where he writes The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I know what to do next. There has to be proof somehow that the man was the gardener there. Then the wife has to talk. Yeah. You have to squeeze the evidence out of these people, don't you? Okay, recover Hurtley's letter.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction.
Oh.
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Oh my god, I remember this being difficult. Why should I examine the
I need
flask?
to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink.
So you start with the blue, right? Then you need 2 colors that aren't orange. But it can't be a colorless one because that needs to go after orange. But I guess it can be. So we can go 2 blues, I guess. And then a green and an orange and colorless. What happens if you get it wrong? It blows up.
No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning again.
Was that cringe? I reacted too late. I thought it was gonna blow up though. Wait, I thought that was the case because you go blue, blue, green, then you go, because that,
First condition. Or second, third.
because you go blue, look, blue, blue, green, blue, blue, green, orange, orange colorless, orange colorless.
First condition, second condition. Orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent. Second condition, third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
I wish it did explode. That was so anticlimactic. Innit? So blue, green. Blue. Blue, green, blue, orange. I think double orange and then double colorless, right?
No.
No. Actually, so yeah, you can't double up. What are you even testing for? We're trying to, he's basically, Liam Hurtley's letter is all scribbled out and unclear. So to clear it, we're gonna put it in some chemicals and then we're able to read the letter. Green, blue. Blue, blue. Is it blue, green, blue, orange, clear, orange, clear? Ah, you're right. That might be it. Because they didn't say anything about the order of the blue and the green. So I was like, why would that matter? Green. Blue. Orange. Clear. Orange. Oh, sapphire, sapphire. Oh. You got it. You got it right.
Done. Now I can proceed further.
Okay, so you can't double colors
Let's
up.
see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery.
Let's clear this up. See what Liam Hurtley's hiding. You reckon that's clear enough? Should we keep going? I want it nice and crystal clear.
I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
How would he react indeed? I did as you asked and hid them well, but I beg you to reconsider. Eon, us, and remember our vows. I have done nothing dishonorable for which you... Ah! Sapphire, you are right. This sounds like a letter to Peter Carey's wife. So Liam Hurtley's letter, and us knowing that Liam Hurtley is a gardener. Oh, that's not it. Liam Hurtley's letter and missing papers. Makes no damn sense. Liam Hurtley's letter and breaking attempts. No. Gardner, no Gardner and the missing papers. What about no Gardner and Peter Carey being a non-smoker? What about Peter Carey being a non-smoker and there being missing papers or break-in attempt? What about missing papers and a break-in attempt? We already knew about the missing papers and the break-in attempt was related to John Nelligan. The letter no Gardner. The break-in attempts were made in order to recover the notebook that had been lying in the pool of the victim's blood. This proved the guilt of the person who made these attempts. Nelligan was looking for his father's papers inside Black Peter's cabin. It explains his presence at the scene of the murder. Yeah, that sounds more plausible. He was just looking for the papers. The fact that he was looking for the papers tells us that John Nelligan is a victim of circumstance. He does not fit the portrait of a murderer either by physical or psychological description. John Nelligan could have been caught stealing the bond certificates. This might have been motive for him to murder Peter Carey. Do we think John Nelligan... No, he just doesn't scream. He isn't capable of even doing the murder. But then again, if Peter had something to do with his father dying, he could have asked Liam Hurtley to throw the harpoon. But still, he just seems too innocent. I think he's innocent, yeah.
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk.
Yes, Watson. When you're done with your tea, would you like to do some work and help me out? Chuck him in there.
Escort this suspect for interrogation.
Don't escort him. Throw him in. Lob him. What did you hide?
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the letter.
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
Oh, it's
Touch
possible.
of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one, but it's nothing.
So they say.
If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley.
Yeah.
That's all for now.
Your work. So why was it a chat about vowels? Is this unlocked yet? Oh, it is. Shapes of noses. Alright, Lestrade.
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea who the murderer is yet?
I've got more idea than you have. Lestrade. Lestrade. Right, so Hurtley's belongings. Aha! I know. We've got Hurtley's boots. He hid his gardening tools, possibly. Possibly. We've got his boots. We can test them with these footprints. Right, so let's trace Peter Carey's first. That doesn't quite fit.
These boots don't match the footprints.
Right, let's try Hurtley's.
These boots match the footprints exactly.
Hurtley.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Hurtley. So, Hurtley, the fact that there's no gardener and the fact that his footprints matches means that Peter Carey's wife is lying. So Liam Hurtley's boots match the footprints at Woodman's Lee, thus proving that he was there. Judith Carey denies that he was their gardener. Why do you deny this, Judith? I'm coming after you. Hold it right there.
Who could do such a thing?
Oh, I can't interrogate her just yet. I guess I have to ask. Do you think you can interrogate the wife up at the garden now? I thought so. Oh, damn. Sorry, I'm a bit delayed on the message you sent.
Please
Get him in there.
escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
Liar! Your boots match!
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Well, gardening. Well, he's got gardener's hands.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Oh, gardener. Wait. Well-kept gardener.
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
Whoa, Sapphire, how did you know
That's all
about the
for
tools?
now.
How did you know about
Hertley's
the
stories
tools?
are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Just gonna check something real quick. Did he mention the tools in the letter or something? No, he mentioned it just now. He said he had tools. He left the tools. But how did you know about the tools, Sapphire? You said something about tools earlier. Wait. Where's the body? Is this a horror game? No. I'm getting out of here. I ain't playing no horror game. Alright, so if you were a gardener, where would you keep your tools? Maybe in here?
Locked.
Hey, I will need the keys to this. I swear it was mentioned. Oh, maybe I'm not paying attention. I remember tools being mentioned, and I guess they were gardening tools. Ah.
Madam, we have information that the
Sapphire
valuable stolen
Holmes.
papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Why, thank you, Judith.
Thank you, madam.
Or Mrs. Carey, or Madam, I think.
Let's see what could be hidden here.
Activating Eagle Eye. Shed's floor. Wooden planks. Ill-fitting plank. What's underneath this ill-fitting plank? A small box. Why is it hidden? This is the box that was in Peter Carey's shed.
Let us see what is in this box.
Bear with me 1 second. Hold on. Ooh, 1 second, guys. Or shall I say Sapphire? Right. There we go.
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hertley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
Sapphire, that is interesting, isn't it? You got it right. Sapphire, you know who the killer is, don't you? You are Sherlock Holmes, aren't you? Okay, so the full letter said, Liam, my dear, you have been so good to me all the time that I have known you. I cannot describe these feelings, but I suppose that they are sinful, and no good can come from them. I fear what might happen. I fear going against God. I thank you for your care, but I cannot leave the man with whom I have been bound by God. It is his divine will, and thus my husband is the cross that I must bear. He makes my life a living hell, but bruises fade. You must not worry for me. Huh? He makes your life a living hell, but bruises fade. Nah. That's not how it works, Mrs. Carey. There's probably nothing else in here of use. Now you, why did you lie to me? Did the man mention hiding something in this letter? I can't remember. His letter, I can't remember what his letter said either. I mean, it just sounded like it was the some of the words were missing, so. But it was definitely a suspicious letter.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Oh, stop it. Romantic correspondence, I know all about it.
Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Okay, I'll give you a
Thank you,
second.
madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
I'll give you a second, but this is a murder investigation. Okay, so Judith's letter and her confession tell us that Liam Hurtley loved Judith so desperately that his jealousy could have provoked him to committing murder. Which gives us the motive that Liam Hurtley's relationship with Judith Carey gives her the motive for killing Peter Carey. So we've already exonerated Nelligan. We don't think he's the killer. We think Hurtley is. So now we have a motive. We just need to prove that he can throw a harpoon with skill. Which is means, right? Alright, so let's get back to Baker Street. Wiggins probably has something for us.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Thanks, Wiggins.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see.
Thanks. Okay, so Hugh Patton's hit as a sailor. James Lancaster was the helmsman. Patrick Carnes was the harpooner. Patrick Carnes. Ralph Talbot was a sailor. John York cook. Herbert Corvent was a harpooner. He died a week ago. Well, he's no use to us dead, so it's probably Patrick.
This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found
on the tobacco pouch. It's all coming together.
Could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
I butchered his name. What did I say? Patrick Carnes.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
Jesus, Wiggins.
Small furnished
That was like a second.
But he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Has he got super
Thank you,
speed?
sir.
The guy just went. Found him. Alright, so. Patrick Keynes is a harpooner from the Sea Unicorn. He lives nearby in a cheap room in the suburbs. He can regularly be found in a Sea Witch pub where he arm wrestles for money and drink. What's that got to do with Judith Carey's confession, or Liam Hurtley's letter, or Peter Carey's being a non-smoker? Ah, yeah, because obviously PC is the tobacco pouch, so Peter Carey is a non-smoker. If the pouch belongs to Peter Carey, it indicates the presence of carrying, but it would not. It still must be proven. So yeah, it means Peter was definitely.
Cairns without alarming him. I had better dress as a sailor.
Oh, I'm about to go undercover. How far are you in the investigation? Victor Von Doom, welcome. Sorry, I missed your message. We have 2 suspects, and we know that the wife was cheating with the gardener. So we think it might be the gardener, the 2 suspects. Yeah, John Nelligan and Liam Hurtley. Those are our 2 suspects, but we've ruled out John Nelligan because he is not strong enough, and also he was more involved. Well, why did the door just shut? Also because he was just trying to figure out what happened to his dad, and he was looking for the certificate for the company that his dad owned or something like that. We need a sailor suit. There we go. You look like a sailor now.
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
There's like flying papers out there. Right. Okay, let's go to the Seaweed pub. Is Keynes a suspect? Yes. Yeah, of course. I forgot. Yes, Keynes is now our new suspect. Evening, gentlemen. I just came back from a long trip of sailing. Don't mind me, I'm just here to see another sailor and talk about sailing business. And drink a
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
pint of lager.
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
10 shillings? I have to go now. Let me know what happened next time I join your live. Bye. Alright, Sapphire, enjoy your barbecue. Thanks for joining. Follow Peter Keynes' facial expression. Ah, I remember this. You have to arm wrestle him. This is kind of difficult. Alright, I'll give it a go, and then, because I actually have to go myself, so I might end the live here. Oh, I remember this. I remember this. Wait, let me forfeit because yeah, I remember. It's about preserving your stamina.
That's the arm that killed 100 whales. Care to lose another 10 shillings?
The arm that killed 100 whales. You're just the killer then. I'm gonna profile you. You're wearing a gold earring. You have cheap clothes, strong hands, sailor's tattoo, and yellow hands. Oh, and yellow nails, yellow nails, yellow nails, yellow nails. But let's continue.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Well, I'm Sherlock Holmes, so I'm rich.
You were lucky. I wasn't focused.
I'm Sherlock Holmes. Let's go again. No.
I've had enough. You're too strong.
Come back later when you can use your arms again.
I won.
I'm ready to...
Fine. If you want me to...
You want me to win? Oh, you want me to win twice?
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink.
Let's have a drink. Of course, we'll have a drink.
You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
You want no job?
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Gold Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger. We sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Tell me about Black
Peter,
Peter.
you say? I've heard rumors about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar and violent too, swinging those fists of his around. He's a tyrant and not much of a captain. At least not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened.
Tell me.
The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
Who was he?
And who was he?
Joshua Nelligan?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
Interesting. You know, don't you?
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course.
Plant pouch, go toilet.
Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Here it is.
Should I actually go to the toilet? Term and owner of pouch.
Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
Aye, aye. Sailors. Happy sailing. Alright, so Peter Carnes' pouch tells us Keynes has confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. This means that he was at the scene of the murder and thus proves his guilt. Keynes has confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. This means that he was at the scene of the murder but does not necessarily prove that he is the murderer. Yeah, it doesn't really prove that he's the murderer. It just proves he was there. We still need more evidence. Judith's letter, Judith's confession and Liam's letter tell us. It has been confirmed that Liam Hurley was flirting with Peter Carey's wife and even fell in love, but it didn't go beyond the affectionate but harmless letters and words. Liam Hurley loved Judith so desperately that his jealousy could have provoked him to committing murder. I think it was harmless. Liam Hartley's relationship with Judith gives him a motive for killing Peter Carey. Hartley's presence at Woodman's Lee on the night of the murder is explained by his affection towards Judith and the fact that he worked there as a gardener. Yeah, because he worked there, so I don't think it proves that he killed him just over an affair. There's more to this than just the affair. Why is it still saying I've got clues? Wait, feat of strength. Yeah, to be fair, you know what? Remember, we were looking for someone with strength. And that he was there, because he left his pouch there. So Keynes is guilty. Peter Carey was murdered by Peter Kane. Patrick Keynes. Why do I keep calling him Peter? Keynes is a professional harpooner. His tobacco pouch was found inside the Carey's cabin. He's a cold-blooded murderer. He has been found guilty for the murder of Peter Keynes and has been punished. Peter Keynes killed Peter Carey, but the murder was not premeditated. It was a self-defense against the armed and irrational drunken sailor. What? You want me to choose whether or not he killed him because he was defending himself, or whether or not he just went there and killed him for no reason? I reckon it's because I must have been self-defense, remember? He was wearing his clothes. Black Peter, or Peter Carey, was wearing his clothes, and there were 2 glasses of drinks on the table. That means they must have been having a drink. Or yeah, and then they had a row, and then he picked up a harpoon and threw it. The next day.
Good afternoon. I must be at the wrong address. I'd like to speak with a ship's captain, a Captain Ahab. Is that you?
No, my name is Sherlock Holmes.
That detective fella? So, you wanted to see me?
That is correct. We need to talk.
About what?
About Black Peter, who was killed in his own hut with a harpoon.
You know, don't you?
Yes.
How?
The tobacco pouch. You recognized it.
Oh, the sailor. It was you.
Yeah. My face didn't change.
Well, fine. I confess. But if you really do know everything, you should also know that I didn't want to kill him.
I knew that.
Made me do it.
Yep, I was right.
Did you know about this story with the bond certificates? Did you need money?
Yeah. I just wanted him to cough up a little silver. I'm out of work, and I thought maybe he could help me. Well, he refused outright, and he insulted me. I reminded him I knew all about that murder he committed at sea in 1883. Then he got mad when I spoke about his treasure. I barely just had time to throw the harpoon at him before he could jump at me with his knife. You know the truth. What will you do now?
I ask that you return the bond certificates. Keep some of them. You will need them in your exile. It is better that you leave the country for a few years.
And you won't say anything to the police?
I will not say anything as long as you return the money.
Well, I'll do as you ask. But what about Inspector Lestrade?
I will deal with him. Goodbye.
Whoa, we're gonna let him get away with it.
It's good that you asked me to come, Mr. Holmes. We do need to talk.
About what?
What do you mean? Our case, Mr. Holmes. You sent me a message via your little thug.
His name is Wiggins, Inspector.
Telling me that the case is solved. Well, Mr. Holmes, tell me, who is our murderer and where is he?
The morgue.
Eh?
His name is, or rather was, Pablo Coventral.
The other
He was
harpooner.
also on the ship with Peter Carey, and he was a harpooner. I'll tell you everything, Inspector, but do calm down. Mrs. Hudson will bring us tea and orange cake.
Orange cake? You're spoiling me, Mr. Holmes. That's my favourite.
They misspelled your.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Inspector Lestrade told me that I should thank you for clearing my name. He also said that you were waiting for me here. I came as fast as I could. I cannot thank you enough. It is all because of you that this nightmare is finally over.
I believe that this belongs to you.
My father's securities. Incredible. But how did you get them?
It would take far too long to explain.
Tell me. This is extraordinary. You are a genius.
Then that may serve as an explanation. Goodbye, Mr. Nelligan, and good luck.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes. And thank you. 1,000 times thank you.
The fate of Black Peter. Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Keynes, a professional harpooner, the only one capable of executing such an accurate throw. His tobacco pouch was found inside Carey's cabin, but the murder was in self-defense against an armed and furious drunken sailor. You have decided to absolve Patrick Keynes. Clues found, 16. Conclusion, Keynes is guilty. Moral choice, absolve Keynes. Hold to check your conclusion. May spoil game experience. Whew, let me see if I was right or wrong. I don't know if I should have absolved him though, because he's just getting away with murder basically, even if it was self-defense. Ooh, I got 16 out of 16 and I got the answer. Keynes was guilty. Call me Sherlock Holmes. Warning, you're about to finish the case. The safe house for the case will be removed. Please select no if you would like to select another moral choice. Please, yes, if you agree with the choice that you have made. And are ready to start a new chapter? Yes. Sympathizing. I'm a sympathizing detective. Alright, the next case is Riddle on the Rails. We'll probably do that in another stream. Thank you very much for joining the live. I will be
Fresh air.
doing that another time.